Hello, yogis. Thanks for being here on this beautiful day. I'm really honored that you chose to do yoga with me on a beautiful afternoon like today. Where, if you were here last week, you know about the crossed syndromes. They're postural misalignments, upper cross syndrome, lower cross syndrome. Upper cross syndrome is where you go around with your chin stuck out, and lower cross syndrome is where you go around with your butt stuck out. I'm going to show you very briefly a picture. And that's what it looks like. So when you have your postural misalignments like this, when your chin juts forward, which a lot of people do that without realizing it, and your back is hunched, that's because of your weak neck flexors and your tightness back here in your neck and your upper trapezius and that whole area back there. And then when you do this part with your sticking your butt out, that's because of weak abdominals, weak glutes, tight back muscles. So we're going to try to fix all of that today to straighten up these common misalignments that happen without even realizing it. So please be seated. We'll start with our breath work as usual. Close your eyes and start focusing within. They call that pratyahara in yoga Sanskrit, means tune inward, sensory withdrawal from all outside distractions, and just think about your breath. Quiet the mind and do your very deep belly breathing. Now, just a thought while you're breathing. Check your postural alignment right now and just make sure that your head is sitting right on top of your shoulders and your shoulders are down from your ears and your chest is open and your spine is erect. As you breathe very slowly and fully, feel your chest rise, your ribs open, and your belly inflate with every breath. And then just tell yourself right now, for the next hour, you are going to be in the moment, every moment. This next hour is for you. It's going to make you feel good. You're not going to worry about what's coming next. You're not going to worry about what happened before. Be in the moment. Take one more full, deep, long breath at your own pace. And then bring your breathing back to normal. And then please, let's take a deep breath together and let's Om in. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki The divine is the inner teacher. Thank you. All right, so part of the upper cross syndrome misalignment is tight necks and shoulders. So we'll start with loosening up the levator scapula as well as the upper trapezius, which is the back and top neck muscles and going down to your shoulders. So take a deep breath. And then as you exhale, just bring your shoulders up to your ears, back and down, forward, up, back and down, forward, up, back and down, and once more forward, up, back and down. Now, bring your right shoulder forward, keep your left shoulder back, and then turn your head to the right to look over the right shoulder. So this is the shoulder 4, turning your head. Feel the stretch in your neck muscles. Okay, now bring your right shoulder back. Keep your chin where it is, your head where it is, and then just drop your chin down. So this is scapula movements here. Then lift your chin and pretend you're going to take the back of your head to the back of your left shoulder. And then drop your chin again right in front of your right shoulder. So this is a sideways plantar movement. And then inhale, bring your head back up. Back of the head goes toward the left shoulder. And then chin comes down, tucking in front of your right shoulder. And then once more, lift up. And then once more, bring the chin back down. Bring the chin slowly to the center of your body. And then lift your head upright. Take your fingers laced together in front of you. Cock your hands so that the hands are parallel, perpendicular, and your arms are parallel to the ground. And then just go back and forth to release your wrists, elbows, and shoulders here. Go slowly so you can feel the movement, wrist, elbows, and shoulder. Okay. Now bring your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. Exhale. Grab opposite elbows with your right hand on top. Bring the arms back behind your ears. Breathe a couple of breaths here. You open the chest, push the shoulders down from the ears as you push your arms behind the ears. Inhale. Exhale, release your elbows. Let your right hand drop down. Left arm comes up, and we're going to do a lateral bend to the right. Bring the left shoulder back, maybe look up. And then reach up and then back down. Take your fingers, lace your hands, and bring your hands behind your head and nestle your thumbs like at the base of your skull so you're holding your head. And then see if you can just pull your skull up just a little bit so that you can feel your neck muscles elongate. And then lean, push back into your hands. Open your chest by pushing your elbows toward the back of your mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then come back up to center. Release your head, bring your arms open. Twist to the right. Take the left hand on the outside of the right leg, right hand behind you. So now think about your right shoulder going back and your left rib cage coming over to the right side of your body. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder. Let your left arm push away from your body to feel that stretch. And then bring your hand down, head back up to center, and then we'll repeat. Inhale, exhale, right ear to right shoulder, left arm out. Your face is front. And then once more back to center. Inhale, exhale one more time, ear to shoulder. And then back to center. Now pretend there's a clock in front of you. You're going to go from the right to the left. So looking at 12 o'clock first, and then move your head in this frontal plane over to the left, and then bring your chin down to 6 o'clock, and then bring it up the right shoulder, and then come all the way up back to 12 o'clock, and then once more, coming down the left side, chin comes to center, and then chin lifts over the right side, back up looking at 12 o'clock, and then the head comes back to center. Bring your left shoulder forward, turn your head to the left. Keep your right shoulder relaxed and open. Your chin is parallel to the ground. Okay, keep your head where it is. Let your left shoulder relax and go back to neutral in line with your right shoulder. And then bring your chin down. Look at a spot to the left of your knee. And then inhale as you lift your head and pretend the back of your head is going to the back of your right shoulder. So you're in a diagonal plane. And then slowly, keeping the head in the same plane, bring your chin back in front of your left shoulder. And then inhale, lift your chin again. Back of the head goes toward the back of the opposite shoulder. And then one more time, bring the chin back in front of your left shoulder. And then allow the chin to float, to move to center of your chest. And then lift your head upright. Place your fingers in front, cock your hands, and we'll do this bird wing action again where we just rotate so that we're stretching out our wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Okay, pause here, bring your arms up, inhale Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hug elbows, left arm on top this time. Bring the arms behind the ears as far as they'll go. Push your shoulders down your back so your neck is nice and long. Take one more deep breath here. As you exhale, release your elbows. Let your left hand float down. Your right arm is going to come by your ear, and we're going to stretch over to the left, opening up the right side, and then bring the right shoulder back a little bit and look up. And then inhale, push back up. Exhale down. Take your fingers laced behind your head. And then stick your thumbs at the base of your skull. See if you can lift your skull a little bit up so that you feel like your neck is elongating. Make sure your head's right on top of the shoulders, and then bring your elbows back toward the back of your mat. Lean into your hands, look up and open the chest. And then back to center, release, open your arms in a T, and then twist to the left. Right hand comes to the left thigh, left hand behind. Now this time, push your left shoulder back, bring your right ribs around to the left side of your body. Inhale. Exhale slowly back to center. Take a deep breath as if your head is being pulled up to the ceiling. As you exhale, the left ear will go to the left shoulder. Your right arm floats out. Push the fingertips away. Keep your face forward. And then very slowly come back to the center. And then we'll do again. First, reach up with your crown of your head as you inhale. As you exhale, the ear comes to the shoulder. The arm floats out. And then once more back up to center. Inhale, crown of your head goes up. Exhale, ear goes to the shoulder. I don't know about you, but I'm hearing all kinds of cracks in my neck. And then slowly back to center. And now we're going to do the clock face again, starting at 12, but this time we're going to go around to the right. So lift your chin, look up at 12 o'clock, and then slowly rotate your head. So now you're looking over the right shoulder as your chin comes down in front of the chest to 6 o'clock, and then lift your chin up over the left shoulder and come back to 12. And then again, coming down over the right shoulder to 6, and then up the left shoulder to 12, and once more around the clock. And then bring your head back to neutral. And then if you're sitting on something, please hop off for a moment and bring your feet in front of you and just prop your hands behind you any way that you feel comfortable. We're going to do some windshield wipers to loosen up our hips here. So allow your knees to fall to the left, bring your right hip up, and then go to the right, left hip comes up, and then back to the left, and then back to the right, and then back to the left, and stay here for a breath or two. So your right knee is somewhere near your left heel. And then come up right, bring your legs around to the right side of your body, and then bring one hand on either side of your left thigh. Good. And then we're just going to bow down over that leg as far as your body will allow. Keep your spine long. Feel a stretch in your hip and your back. And then slowly back up. Bring your knees back to front again. Windshield wiper, knees to the right. And then back to center, and then to the left. And then back to center, and then to the right. Back to center, to the left. And then back to the right, and pause here for a couple of breaths. Okay, knees come back to center, and now we're going to swing our legs to the left side of the body, whatever's comfortable to you. My foot is on my thigh here, but it doesn't have to be exactly like that. You're just going to turn your body so one hand is on either side of the right leg, and then just allow your body to melt down. If your head can come all the way down, that's great. And then slowly rise up. And then please come onto your backs. with bent knees. I'll try to be very explicit with my instructions here. So your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the mat, and they're about 1 hand length or 1.5 hand lengths from your bottom. And then your arms just rest by your sides and just make your spine neutral right here. Relax your head and your neck. Feel your shoulders down on the mat and feel a gentle lumbar curve. Everybody's spine is different, but you should have a little bit of space between your lower back and the mat. Neutral lumbar spine. And to loosen up our pelvis area, we're going to do some pelvic tilts. This is part of the misalignment in the lower half of our body, is not knowing which way to tilt our pelvis when we do things. So from neutral, you're going to do a posterior tilt by pushing your lower back into the mat. Get rid of all the space there. And then you're pushing your hip bones towards your shoulders and your tailbone is coming up towards your knees. And then slowly back to neutral spine. So when I say tuck the tailbone, that's what I mean. That's what that cue is supposed to ask you to do. So now we're going to go the opposite way for an anterior pelvic tilt. You're going to exaggerate the arch in your lower back. You're going to tilt your pelvis forward so that your hip points go toward the bottom of your mat. And then come back to neutral. Let's do that again once more, where you do the posterior tilt, pushing your back into the mat, tucking your tailbone, bringing your hips towards your shoulders, and to neutral. And the anterior tilt is where you exaggerate the arch in your lower back by tilting the pelvis forward. And then now come back to neutral. Okay, keep your right leg, keep your left leg foot on the floor, raise your right leg. Have the foot flex pointing toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, push your lower back into the mat, lower that foot down, let it hover about 1 or 2 inches before it hits down to the bottom of the mat, and then let it come back up. And then when you let it come back up, release your back to neutral. Take a deep breath with a neutral spine. Exhale, tilt your pelvis so that you're pushing your back into the mat, lower the leg. So you're doing your posterior pelvic tilt. The leg comes down, it doesn't hit the mat, it just hovers like an inch and then comes back up, and then release your back to neutral. Once more, inhale. Exhale, push the back into the mat, let the leg lower down, and then let it come back up, back to neutral. Okay, keep the right leg up, straighten the left leg. It's going to be the same thing. It's just going to be a little bit more effort here. So take a deep breath now. Exhale, push the back into the mat as you lower your right leg. Don't touch down. Let it hover an inch or 2 off the mat. And then the leg comes back up, and then you can release your back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, push the back into the mat, lower the leg. Really engage your abdominals here. And then back to neutral. Part of our lower cross syndrome postural misalignment is weak abdominals. Inhale, exhale, lower the leg, push the back into the mat. And then come back up. Release the back, bend both feet, bend both knees. And we're gonna now keep the right foot on the mat with bent knee, lift the left leg up. Start with a neutral spine, relax your arms. And take a deep breath. Exhale, lower the leg slowly, pushing the back into the mat so you're engaging your abdominal muscles. Don't let the leg hit down, hover an inch off the mat and then bring it back up. Relax the back. Inhale. Exhale, push the back down, lower the leg, engage the abs, and then bring the leg back up. Release your back. Inhale. Exhale, push the back down, lower the leg, hover 1 inch off the mat, and then bring the leg back up. Release your back. Straighten the right leg on the mat. Left leg stays up. Same thing. Inhale. Exhale, push the back into the mat. Lower the leg down so it hovers 1 inch. And then as you slowly bring it back up, when you get to the top, you can release your back for a moment, for a break. And then you inhale. Exhale, push the back in, lower the leg down, engage those abs, and then bring the leg back up and release the back. And once again, inhale. Exhale, push the back into the mat, lower, down, hover, and then come back up, release the back. Bring both knees into the chest, hug both knees in. Okay, now bring both feet facing toward the ceiling. So I'm going to caution you here. We're going to lower both legs down. Don't go so low that your back pops off the mat. As soon as you're going to push your back into the mat as you lower the legs, only go as far as you feel like your back is going to pop off the mat, and then stop and then bring them back up. Okay, so push the back into the mat, tilt the pelvis posteriorly, bring the legs down, only as far until you can't stand it anymore and your back is going to lift off the mat, and then come back up and then release the back. Breathe. So that's really important. Even if you only go a few inches, just don't let that lower back buckle. Okay, push the low back into the mat. Legs come down far as you can. Don't let that back come off the mat. And then bring the legs back up. Release your spine. And we'll do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, push that back into the mat. Lower the legs. Keep that back down in the mat. Really engage your abs, and then bring the legs all the way back up. Bend the knees, hug knees into the chest. Release your spine. And then roll over onto one side so that you can come into table position, patting your knees here as needed. Square up your table, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. From a square back table, push the shoulders to the back of your mat so that you can feel your neck elongate. Take a couple of breaths with a flat back. Now take a deep breath. As you exhale, tuck your toes, tuck your chin and your tailbone, come into your cat back, feeling the pelvic tilt. Lift your spine to the ceiling. So this is your posterior pelvic tilt. Just tuck up the tailbone. And then inhale very slowly through your nose as you come into your cow. So now you're tilting your pelvis the other way. Uncurl your toes. Bring your chest forward, belly down toward the mat. Push the shoulders to the back of the mat. And then come back to neutral table. Now, we're going to do a side table here. So you're going to try to bring your right shoulder and your right hip together. So you're opening up your left side and crunching your right side, and you look over the right shoulder. And then come back to center. Okay, now take your left arm forward and then swing it over to the right side of your body as you're doing the same thing you just did, bringing your hip and shoulder together. Your hip and right shoulder are coming together. Your left arm is beside your head in a crescent. This is a crescent. And then come all the way back to center. Bring the hand down, flat back, inhale. Exhale, cat back, tuck the toes, spine to ceiling, tuck the chin. Inhale, belly down, untuck the toes, come into your cow, stretch your neck forward, push the shoulders to the back of the mat, and then come back to neutral. And now we're gonna take our left shoulder and our right hip and try to squeeze them together as you look over your left shoulder and open up your right side. And then come back to center. Right arm forward, palm facing toward the left. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing. Swing your right arm to the left side of the mat. Take your left shoulder and your left hip, try to bring them toward each other so you can feel an opening in your right ribs here. And then back to center, flat back. Inhale, exhale, cat back. Inhale, untuck everything, come into your cow. Good. And then come into flat back. Inhale, bring your right knee into your chest, tuck your chin, nose to knee. Exhale, kick your right foot back out, plant the toes, and then walk the foot to the left. Look over the left shoulder. So once again, you're doing a shoulder, your shoulder and your hip is coming together here. And then walk the foot all the way back over to the right so it's perpendicular to your body. Put weight into your left hand and twist open to the right. And then that hand comes down. Keep the foot where it is. Push into your hands. Come on up to your knees. And then bring your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Okay, so you can keep your foot forward. You can turn your foot pointing away from you, or you can put your toes up or toes down. There are a lot of options here, okay? So from here, we're going to take our left hand onto our hip. Our right hand is going to slide down this leg. Keep your shoulder back, and then the left arm is going to come over by the ear. Good. And then lift back up. Now, bring your hands down and then walk your hands to the right leg, and you're going to have one hand, you're going to pivot onto your left knee so that we're coming into a half split here. So if you want to use blocks, you can even put a block on either side of the leg here. The leg is going to be straight-ish, but not locked. So this is a half of a split. So you want your foot flexed, knee up, toes pointing up, your chest is melting down toward the leg. Good. Okay, now bend the right knee as you shift your weight forward. Come light in your fingertips here. Hopefully your knees padded as needed. And then bring your arms up to Urdhva Hastasana, which is our low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. You're going to now walk the hands back toward the left, pivot onto the left knee. Come back to where we started with our dog leg out, and then bring the knee back in and come back into your table. All right, take a deep breath. Exhale, left knee comes into the chest, tuck your chin, nose to knee. Inhale, left leg kicks back, left toes come down, and then swing your foot to the right, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, swing the leg all the way around, perpendicular to your body. Put weight into the right hand, twist open to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, hand comes down. Inhale here. Exhale, push into your hands. Come all the way up into our starting gate pose. Good. And then hands on hips. As you slide, you can either put your foot forward or out to the side. Toes can be up or down. You're going to slide your left arm down this leg. Bring your right arm beside the ear. Try to keep that shoulder back. Maybe look up. This is called Padangusthasana, gate pose. Inhale back up. Bring the hands down in front of you, and now we're going to pivot, walk our hands to the left, pivoting. So one hand will come on the outside of the left leg. Again, you can use blocks here, one on either side of the leg. This is the half of a split. It's called Ardha Hanuman. Try to keep your back flat and straight. You don't have to come very far here. And you want your legs straight, but not locked. Relax. Breathe. Be in the moment. Slowly bring the foot down, rebend the left knee, and then get light in your fingertips so that we can bring our arms up into a low crescent lunge, Ardha Anjaneyasana. Chest is open, lean back, tailbone is down toward the back heel. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back down, bring them into the inside of the leg, pivot back forward, bring the knee back in, and tuck your toes, push up to downward facing dog. Pedal knees here, stretch the spine, squeeze your forearms toward each other, roll those deltoids out, the upper parts of your shoulders outward. So now you have a neutral spine, but I want you to feel like you're arching your lower back. You won't be, but just think about it and you'll have a neutral spine. Bend the knees, walk up to your hands. And then very slowly rise up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. And then pause in Tadasana, mountain pose. Think about your perfect posture right here, perfect posture. Head right on top of the shoulders, shoulders down, chest open, chin parallel to the mat. Belly in, tailbone down, thighs are rotated inward slightly. So you have a neutral spine here. Inhale up. Exhale, come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, hands on your thighs, straighten your legs, flatten your back so your body's in an L shape. Push the shoulders to the back of the mat. And then rebend the knees, bring the arms back up to chair pose. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale, push up with the fingertips. Exhale, crescent to the right, bring the left shoulder back, look up. Inhale back to center. Exhale, crescent left, right shoulder comes back. And then back to center, separate your hands, chair pose. Inhale, exhale, hands on your thighs, straighten your legs, push the shoulders back, and your body's in an L shape. Bend the knees, slowly come back into chair. And then slowly rise up, inhale. Exhale, bring your arms in a T, thumbs pointing down, clasp your hands behind your back, pull your hands away from your body, pull your shoulders down from your ears, and then bow forward from your hips. Bring your chest down. You can bend your knees here if you like, and try to reach your hands up toward the ceiling. From here, you're going to release your hands, let your arms swing down by your sides like a gorilla arms. Keep your belly down on your thighs, and then you're going to swing your arms in front, bend your knees, come up through chair, and then all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms down, thumbs down, lace your fingers behind you. Rotate the opposite thumb on top. So rethread your fingers so opposite thumb is on top. Push the hands away from your back. Open your chest. Pull your hands down so your shoulders come away from your ears. And then bow forward. Slight bend to the knees. Okay. Push your hands up to the ceiling. So unclasp your hands. Bend your knees a lot. Let your arms float down by your side like gorillas. And then bend your knees a lot and swing your arms forward. Pause in your chair pose, tailbone down. You want a posterior tilt now in your chair pose, no arch. Inhale up, exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Pause in Tadasana, mountain pose. Realign the spine, reset, realign, and reset your mind. Be in the moment, enjoy this moment. Appreciate this moment. Appreciate your body. Good. Okay, for our balance today, it's going to be a fun little moving balance. It's going to look like this. Okay, so Shiva Shakti, Shiva, Hindu god of destruction, Shakti, Hindu goddess of creation. Whatever leg you're going to use on top, I'm going to bring my left leg over my right. So you're just going to keep the leg up in the air, but it's going to cross your body like so. And then whatever leg is in front, those fingers point down with the palm towards you. The opposite hand goes on top with the palm facing away. So this is your shield. This is the shield in front of you. Okay, so this is for part one of the balance. Then part two is you're going to kick the leg back, and then the bottom hand is going to palm facing out. The top hand is palm facing up to the ceiling. And then you're going to slowly come back into your Shiva. Now this is the part that's going to be the fun part. You're going to come into your eagle pose from here. So you don't have to hook your foot behind, but you want to stack your knees and whatever leg's on top, that arm's going to be on the bottom as you come into eagle. And there's no cheating in yoga. So if you want to use a wall or anything else to help you get here, that's fine. There's no cheating in yoga. Everything is for you. And then when you've had enough of the eagle, unravel everything, shake everything out. And then what we do on one side, we do on the other. So the opposite leg now is going to come across the body. Whatever leg's on front, that hand goes fingers down, palm in, the other hand goes up, palm out into your shield. Okay, then you go into your Shakti, so you kick your leg back. The bottom hand goes out, top hand goes above the head. It's like stay away, stay away, stay away. And then you're going to come back in, but this time we're going to come into eagle. So whatever leg's on top, that arm is on the bottom. Unravel whenever you're ready. Good job. Good job, everybody. Shake it all out. And then come back to the mat. Back to Tadasana. Couple of breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale here. Exhale, step your right foot back to a high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your knees down. Shift your weight forward to upward facing dog. Good, back to your knees, table position. Tuck the toes, up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up behind. Exhale, swing it up between your hands. Back to your lunge, or pick it up and put it there. Inhale, exhale, left foot steps up. Slowly rise up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, exhale, left foot steps back to high lunge. Inhale, exhale, right foot steps back to plank. Inhale, exhale, knees come down, shift your chest forward, upward facing dog. Your knees can stay down or you can lift your knees off your mat. Push the shoulders back, chest forward, neck is long. Inhale. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up in the air. Exhale, swing it up between your hands. Inhale, exhale, step up. Slowly inhale up. Reach up, inhale. Exhale. Arms in a T and Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees forward, fold all the way down. Take your right hand onto your left shin or ankle. Both knees are bent here. Lift your left arm out to the side as you straighten your left leg. Keep the right knee bent. Inhale. Exhale, bring both hands down. Slowly come up. Pause in chair. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down. Both knees are bent. Left hand comes onto the right shin or ankle. Keep both knees bent. Open the right arm to the side as you straighten your right leg. Left knee stays bent. And then that arm comes down. Slowly come up. Pause into chair. Inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees. Forward fold all the way down. Step back to downward facing dog. Pause here for a breath or two. Pedal the knees. Lengthen the spine. Make sure your fingers are spread wide. The knuckles have a slight bend to them so that they're taking weight. Head is between the arms. Chest is floating down. Tailbone's high in the air. Bring the knees all the way down. And then sit back towards your heels into child pose. You don't have to come all the way back onto the heels. But if that feels good to you, do that. And please, whatever you do, just rest your forehead on something. Please push up and come onto your backs with bent knees. All right, on your backs, bent knees, take your right ankle, place it on top of your left thigh. Take your right hand and just take it, push your right thigh away from you just to loosen up that hip joint. Keep the right foot flexed and the ankle is firm on your left thigh. Okay, so now take your right hand in between your legs. Your left hand's going to go on the outside of your left leg. You're going to lift your foot up so that you can take your hand around your left thigh. Or you can take your hand around your left shin, either way. And then you're just going to bring your leg, your left leg in towards your chest as you push your right leg away in that number 4 pose. Release your grip on your left leg. Bring the left foot back down, but keep your right leg the way it is. So you have your right ankle on the left thigh still. You bring your arms open to a T, palms facing up. And then you're going to roll onto your left hip and just let that right foot fall to the mat with your shoulders open. And then turn your head to look to the right. Slowly bring your head back to center and your legs come back to center, and then unwind, uncross, and then now take your left ankle onto your right leg. Take your left hand onto the left thigh and just push it away gently to open that hip. Keep the foot flexed. And now we're going to thread through. Your left hand goes between the legs. The right hand comes on the outside of the right leg. Lift up your foot so that you can clasp your hands underneath your thigh or your shin, and keep pushing that left knee away as you pull your right leg into your chest. So this particular pose is really good for sciatica pain, or to prevent sciatica pain. It's really good for lower back issues, piriformis, good for your psoas muscle. Okay, release your grip, bring the foot down, keep the leg crossed, bring your arms in a T, palms up, roll onto your right hip, bringing your left foot down. Keep your shoulders open as possible, and then turn your head and look to the left. Slowly bring your head back to center, legs come back to center, uncross, hug knees into your chest, roll on your spine if you like, and then please prepare for Shavasana. Focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Take a mental body scan. Release any areas of tension. Unstick your tongue, unclench your teeth, relax your jaw. Allow your shoulders to stay down away from your ears. Open the chest, soften your belly, relax your back. Relax your mind. Let your thoughts float by like fluffy white clouds and poof, let them go. They'll be there for you later. Allow yourself to enjoy a few moments of inner bliss. Please bring your awareness back to your breathing and deepen your breathing as you gently wake up your body, making small movements. And then please bend your knees and roll on to your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And now please, very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And then please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. And Jai Yogis.